It's honestly very simple. From here on out, every single time you purchase a property, it should be purchased with the intent to eventually be used as a rental property. Bold statement, I know, but when it comes to real estate, I have a lot of bold beliefs. One of them being is that I always look to purchase property as if it's an investment. And with any investment, you want to make sure that your money is making money. And that's whether it's a primary or investment property. I know this can be outside of the norm because a lot of people watch the HGTV shows, they fall in love, and they just want a property that looks very beautiful that they can show off to their friends and family, and they don't look at the return on investment, which is not wrong at all. But for those of us that are looking to get started in real estate investing or have a few properties and you're looking to scale like myself, there are amazing benefits to purchasing a home with the intent to rent it out that you just don't get if you were to go out and try to invest in real estate the traditional way. And for those of you that do not know, my name is Evan Phoenix. I am a 26-year-old real estate investor, and I'm trying to scale my real estate portfolio so that I can build a better life for me and my family, and hopefully I can help others like yourself do the same. Now, when I bought my first property, the first benefit that I saw that was the most attractive for purchasing a property and then renting it out was that you were able to use a primary home loan in order to purchase that property, which can get you into real estate investing so much faster. A primary home loan is just a loan saying that you are going to live in this property as your primary home for at least 1 year. So you may be asking yourself, why is this so attractive? Well, it's because primary home loans allow you to put such little money down in order to purchase a home. I'm sure that you have heard by now of an FHA 3.5% down loan, and that is honestly the exact loan product that I ended up using for my first property. Just for some context, on a $300,000 house, that means you would only have to put down $10,500. If you go the route of a primary home conventional, you could put down as little as 5%. A VA loan allows you to put 0% down, and so does a USDA loan if you qualify. Now, to put that into perspective, if you went out to purchase a property for the sole intent to make it a rental property, you would have to put down roughly 20 to 25%. On a $300,000 property, that's $75,000. So you tell me, would you rather put down $9,000, live in it for a year, or put down $75,000? And it allows you to make a lot of mistakes. Let me explain. Now, my first property that I ever purchased is a perfect example of how you can make mistake after mistake, but yet you are able to come out the other side with a cash flowing property. This is my wife and I's first home. It is a 4-unit apartment building that we were able to use a residential 3.5% down primary home loan for, where we lived in one of the units and rented out the other 3. And we lived in it for about a year before moving out and converting that property into a full rental property. And it's important to note that this would work as well with a single family house. But you think of a mistake and I guarantee that I made it. I bought the place without looking at the tenants' leases, which then led me to find out that the tenants weren't up to date on their payments and they back owed for a couple months. And on top of that, over the next 4 months, I had to evict them all for destruction of property and not paying rent. Next, I grossly underestimated the renovation costs when it came to this property, which led to us having to do a lot of the work by ourselves and with family. And for a cherry on top, I got ripped off by multiple contractors. So like I said, you think of a mistake and I made it. Now, why on earth would I be telling you that I completely failed on my first property? The reason being is because that was my education. Think of it this way. It was my primary home still, so regardless of any of the other units paying me rent, I could still afford the property because we were approved for that. And honestly, it was very comparable to us renting anyways. And to be honest, our monthly principal, interest, taxes, and insurance was very comparable to the rents in our area. But if we would have rented or had a single family house and then went out and purchased a rental property, but then all of this stuff happened to us, well then we'd have 2 properties where we were responsible for paying monthly expenses for. So by living in the house before renting it out, you are able to make mistakes in a more affordable manner. And honestly, the longer that you live in this property, it could be more than a year, the more that the market rents are going to increase due to inflation and demand. So in 4 years, if you decide, hey, we're gonna move out now and rent it out, well then you're probably gonna make a lot more profit than if you were to just after 1 year. But these advantages that I just went over won't really matter unless you truly understand how to convert your primary home into a rental property, like how I did. And to be extremely honest with you, it starts before you purchase the property. I have a rental property in the description below that you can get for absolutely free if you want to go down and get that. But you want to make sure that you calculate the numbers and make sure that your principal, interest, taxes, and insurance are less than the current market rents in your area. For instance, if you buy a property with a principal, interest, taxes, insurance equals $1,500 a month and you can only rent that property out for $1,300, well then you probably don't want to move forward with it. But if your principal, interest, taxes, and insurance is $1,500, but you can rent it out for $1,750, then that's a great sign because you will know that when you move out, you can rent it out and make a profit every single month. And honestly, after the year of living in it, you probably be able to get $1,800 at that point, to which you make even more profit. The next piece of advice that I'll give you is that while you're living there, start renovating it to make it more tenant-proof. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but wear and tear is going to happen on your property, so you want to protect it as best as possible. Just certain things that you can do, like change out the leaky faucets and install door stoppers. All of these are ways that you can protect your property more. When we bought this property that I'm currently sitting in now, which is a single family house, we were able to purchase it and the monthly mortgage is $1,600 a month. And that's the principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. At the time of purchase 2 years ago, we were able to rent this out for probably around $1,950. But after living in it for 2 years, the crazy market, the demand that we have in this area, we could probably get a comfortable $2,200. So this can honestly be a very valuable strategy for you as well. If you enjoyed this video, found any value, or you want to join me on this journey to investing in real estate, consider subscribing to my channel and giving this video a thumbs up. And you'll probably want to check out this video next. Happy investing.